Hello, and welcome to this video demonstrating the graphical installation steps for Oracle Linux 10. To start, we've prepared the installation media by obtaining an up-to-date image. To obtain an installation image, go to yum.oracle.com/oracle-linux-isos.html. This Oracle page contains the most up-to-date ISO files for various versions of Oracle Linux. We select Release 10.0 and the full ISO file for this demonstration. Instructions are available on the page for preparing the bootable installation with the ISO file using your chosen form of media. Instructions are also available on the documentation pages found at this link. Installation media can also be downloaded from Oracle's software delivery cloud at eDelivery.oracle.com. A free account needs to be created to access the Linux and the other free software available. Now that we have our installation media ready, let's boot the system. The system will boot to a text-based screen. The options displayed are to install Oracle Linux 10, test the media and install, and troubleshooting. We select Install Oracle Linux 10.0.0. This launches the graphical user interface to guide us through install choices and the rest of the installation process. On the welcome screen, we select our language and region, then click Continue. Next, the installation summary home screen provides an overview of the installation in 4 categories of options: localization, software, system, and user settings. These options have default values. The options that require viewing or selections are marked with a warning icon, and any warning messages are presented at the bottom of the screen. If needed for your installation, click the keyboard, language support, or time and date to make changes based on your specific needs. Here I have already changed my keyboard layout to finish. Under System Options, we select Installation Destination. The Installation Destination screen provides options for specifying where the operating system will be installed. By default, the local disk is selected, but clicking twice on any local disk will select the disk. From the specialized and network disks, we could add network storage or specialized storage such as iSCSI or NVDIMM devices. Under Storage Configuration, automatic default partition sizes will be used, but custom sizes can be created from mount points detected. And to encrypt partitions using Linux Unified Key Setup, LUKS, we could select Encryption. Clicking Done brings us back to the home screen. The installation source window identifies the source image that you use to install. By default, the auto-detected installation media button is selected. Because the image contains all the packages required for a system installation, you can use the default configuration to proceed with the installation. If On the Network button is selected as the installation mode, then the closest mirror option is selected as the repository source. We click Done to go back to the home screen. Under Software, we choose Software Selection. In the Base Environment section, we can choose from some typical predefined environments that can be installed. By default, the server with graphical user interface is selected. Additional software can be selected based on your needs in the right window. When finished choosing software, click Done to return to the installation summary screen. Under System, we select Network and Hostname. The network connection is automatically enabled. The default network configuration uses DHCP for IPv4 addresses. To configure advanced settings like using static address instead of DHCP or configure proxy settings, we could click the Configure button. We keep the existing Ethernet connection. We configure the hostname to OL10 for localhost and click Apply. When finished with the network settings, we click Done. Under User Settings, we find Root Account options. We select to enable the root account and insert the password in the 2 fields. If the password is not strong enough, a warning is displayed, indicating we must click on the Done twice to confirm that we want to use this password. Under User Settings, we select User Creation to create a new user during the installation. We input the full name and the chosen username and both password fields. We have left Add Administrator Privileges and Require a Password boxes checked. The privileges enable the user to issue administrator commands by using sudo. Set additional user configurations, such as the user's home directory, groups, and ID values using Advanced. We click Done to return to the installation home screen. In the event of a system crash, Kdump captures information that helps diagnose the cause. This is enabled by default, but we could disable it if we wanted to. We complete the installation by clicking the Begin Installation button. The installation takes a while, and after it finishes, we reboot the system as prompted. Upon reboot, we are presented with a user login screen. Selecting the user and entering the password, we're presented with the graphical Linux desktop. And that concludes this demonstration of installing Oracle Linux 10 using the graphical installation method. Thanks for watching.